Hi everyone, Rach here from Raras. No, from Book Piles. Yes, it's been one of those mornings. This is the third video I have filmed. Welcome to my booktube channel. Today I'm going to talk about the books I'm looking forward to being published, released in the next couple of months, starting actually from next week, I discovered. So I think I've got June, July and August. I don't think I actually ended up finding anything from September. I have made some notes which I will have to refer to because I can't remember everything. Yeah, let's crack on. I've got 7 books. 5 are historical romances and 2 are contemporary romances, and I'll start with those, I think, get those out of the way. So the first book that I am very much looking forward to, and I will have it in my diary, is called The Casanova, and it is the 3rd book in the Miles High Club by T.L. Swan. And it is Elliot Miles' love match story, if you like. You don't know yet, but you will find out soon that I have already read books 1 and 2, which is why I'm very eagerly awaiting book 3. I don't know much more of the story because I don't want to know. I want to go into it and just be excited about what Elliot's story is going to be. But what I can tell you is that the Miles brothers are filthy rich. They own one of the largest multinational media companies based in New York, and Elliot is based in London, which I'm intrigued about. Well, I say he's based in London. He spends a lot of time working out of the London office, according to the previous books. So I'm intrigued about that because I used to live in London, so I kind of hope that it is set in London. That's just literally gone through my mind now. Another reason to be excited. So I've got a sore knee already and I've only just sat down. Yes, so I can't tell you much more. I don't want to know much more. I'm just hanging out to read Elliot's story, and I guess if she follows form, I assume the author is a she, there will be one more book because there are 4 brothers, so I will definitely be looking out for that one. I don't know the name of that yet. I don't think I've seen that anywhere, but maybe I haven't delved in the right places. We'll see. Anyway, so book 1, contemporary romance, The Casanova by T.L. Swan, due 26th of August in my information. The second contemporary romance that I am looking out for is called Love Not at First Sight by Sarah Reedy, and that's due out on the 20th of July. Now this, I believe, is a 2nd book in a series, and I didn't really go and look at book 1. I'm kind of hoping that they are kind of standalones. I'm not at this point in time interested in going back and reading book 1. Sometimes I will do that, but in this instance I like the sound of this book, so I'm happy enough for that to perhaps just be a standalone for me. We'll see. Anyway, I don't know the names of the hero and heroine at this time. What I will say, other than 2 of them, I'm kind of jumping all around. A lot of these are enemies to lovers. When I was looking for anticipated books, I put in enemies to lovers historical romance, and it did spit out a few that weren't historical, which is how I ended up finding this contemporary. So they should all be along that line. They should be some sort of hate to love in some way or other. Anyway, Love at Not First Sight is, she swears off men, hates them, has had enough of them, and somehow or other ends up at a psychic who tells her the name of her soulmate. Now, I'm not 100% certain if she has crossed paths with him already or she's about to, but she meets him and loathes him at first sight, so that is not looking good. Then we find out, according to the description on the back of the book, or on the Amazon page, that she is stuck in a cave in the dark with a man. Yes, dear reader, who is that man? The loathed man. But somehow or other, according to the back of the book, he doesn't tell her his name. He calls himself something different. So I'm interested to know if that's a nickname or how that came about, or had she already blurted out this name and so he uses a different name. I don't know. But anyway, they are stuck in the dark in a cave, and they obviously talk and get to know each other. To what extent, I do not know. I don't know anything. I've not read anything by Sarah Reedy. I don't know what her books are like at all. But anyway, in the dark, over a period of time, they get to know each other. And obviously the clincher is going to be when they get rescued and she sees this man that she's got to know, and I'm guessing likes by everything other than visual. It's going to be the man that she loathes. So I think that sounds quite interesting. I'm definitely interested. As I say, I don't know that I'm necessarily interested in looking at book 1 in the series, but this one really does sound interesting to me. So that is Love at Not First Sight by Sarah Reedy, due out 20th of July. Right, let's get on to the historical romances. So the first one that I am after is actually due out next week, but because I was going to squeak in, I'm doing No by July, and this is due out on the 29th of June, and I'm like, I could just place an Amazon order on the 29th of June, but I'm going to behave and I will buy it in August. It'll still be there in August. So this is called Outrageous, and it's by Minerva Spencer, and it is book 2. I think the series is called Rebels of the Tongue. I didn't check. I have read book 1. Spoiler again. So Outrageous picks up where book 1 left off, and literally there is a duh, duh, duh at the end of book 1, and that's where book 2 picks up. Her name is Eva, it's an E not an A, Eva, and she is the stepsister of the hero in book 1, and she has kidnapped an earl who was a bit of a I want to say meanie. I honestly can't think of the right word. He was kind of the baddie in book 1, and she has kidnapped him, and I believe is heading away to Scotland. I don't know why I want to say that. That is all I know about this book, and that's all I want to know, because I already know who the two characters are. So basically we have got the stepsister, can't speak, of a stepsister of a duke, a lord, an earl, a titled man. This is going swimmingly. Kidnapping an earl. So yes, I think it'll be interesting. The stepsister is a little bit tomboyish, a little bit I will do what I want to do, and so yeah, I am interested to see how this story progresses. So that's Outrageous, Minerva Spencer, due out on the 29th of June. Okay, now the next ones I don't have as well in my head. I've got 4, I think. So the next book that I am looking forward to is a Sophie Jordan. I am beginning to say to myself that I think Sophie Jordan is my favourite historical romance author currently. The book is called The Duke Goes Down, and it is the first book in the Duke Hunt series. So this is a new Sophie Jordan series, due out 27th of July. And what we have is a hero who is meant to be inheriting the title and everything like that, but somehow it is found out that he was actually born before his parents got married, so he is technically illegitimate. And so he needs to make an advantageous marriage to provide him with the comforts of life that he was otherwise going to be entitled to. Otherwise he's going to face ruin. And he sets his sights on all the heiresses of, it says on the back of the book, Shropshire, so one of the counties in England. So he is, working his way through the heiresses, trying to find someone who's going to, help him lead a life of luxury that he has thus far led. But in his way is a vicar's daughter. And she is not going to allow him to take advantage of all the ladies in the county. So I think this is going to be quite fun. It should be a hate to love as well, because obviously he's got to butt heads with the vicar's daughter, who is stopping him doing what he wants to do, and then obviously it's all going to take off from there. So the Duke goes down by Hopeless by Sophie Jordan, due out 27th of July. A definite going on in my book. Okay, the next one I have got is called Taming of the Rogue by Alyssa Clark, and this is due out 23rd of August 21, and this is the first book of 10, it says, and the series is called Those Very Bad Fairbanks. So that sounds quite interesting. I got the impression reading the blurb on Amazon that what it was telling me was an overall view of the series rather than specifically what this first book was about. So what we have is a family struggling to adjust to becoming newly rich when they have been naughtily doing whatever they wanted their whole lives. And some of the children embrace it, some of the children rebel against it. Beyond that, I really don't know. I am just very intrigued. I like that it's the first book in a new series. I like series. Even though I'm having arguments with the Bridgertons, I do like series. So I'm definitely interested in this. A lot of this I'm sure is available on Kindle, which is what I will look for it for. In fact, probably most of the historicals, other than Outrageous, most of these books actually, other than Outrageous, I will probably get on the Kindle. I already have a hardback copy of Notorious, the first book, so I will get Outrageous as a proper book as well. But I digress. Yes, Taming of the Rogue, I think sounds very interesting. I apologise that this is all a bit all over the show. I didn't go through the whole video in my head. Okay, the next book on my radar is called I'm Only Wicked With You by Julianne Long, and it's book 3 in a 4-book series called Palace of Rogues series. What we have got is a battled, hardened son of a bastard raised in New York. That's him. She is the sheltered, blue-blooded darling destined to marry a duke. Their worlds could only collide in a boarding house by the London docks. And I've put here, found searching enemies to lovers. So beyond that, I don't know, but and I don't like to know loads anyway, really, because it spoils the story. What I do know, when I went to look at the rest of the series, book 1, which is called Lady Daring Takes a Lover, is listed as an Amazon pick best romance. So it must be either very popular or the editors on Amazon like it. I don't know. I don't think I've brought it. Yeah, no, I don't think it's that one I've brought the first one in the series of. It's the next one I'm about to tell you. So, interesting anyway. I'm Only Wicked With You, Julianne Long, due out 24th of August. And the last book on my list is The Wrong Marquess by Vivian Lauret. And this is book 3 of a 3 series called The Mating Habits of Scoundrels. Now, the series title is enough to intrigue me and interest me, and in fact I have already brought book 1. I haven't read it yet, but based on just the name of the series was enough, so I've already brought book 1. This one, The Wrong Marquess, is the back says wrong place, wrong time, wrong Marquess. Or Marquess. She believes she's destined to marry the Marquess next door. Trouble is, she's crossing paths with another arrogant Marquess. I'm not sure if this is the right book or if I'm now going to completely lead you down the garden path, but it might be that she goes into the room. I'm sure this is not the right book. I'm going to stop. I don't think it's the same book. Anyway, wrong place, wrong time, wrong Marquess. Sounds interesting, but The Mating Habits of Scoundrels, I mean, that's a fabulous name for a series. So I'm very intrigued, and this is due. When is this due? Oh, next week, 29th of the 6th. So technically I could get it, because I could get it on Kindle. I might, but I will read books 1 and 2 anyway before I read book 3. So that schmozzle of a dog's breakfast was my anticipated reads. Two contemporary historicals. I really should record this video again. 2 contemporary romances and 5 historical romances. Most looking forward to Outrageous, the Casanova, and the new Sophie Jordan, but most likely getting all of them on the list at some point or other after July. Okay, what are you looking forward to? Share some books in the comments below if you'd like to. Otherwise, I will catch you again in another video. I'm doing historical readathon. My plan is actually to get this video up today, so next week I will be doing the historical romance readathon, and then there will be a video going up next week that I've already recorded, and then following that, the week beginning the 5th of July, you'll get the usual June reading wrap up, June haul, July TBR. I'll get those up over the space of the next week or so after next week. Alright everyone, have a good time, read well, and I will catch you soon. Bye for now.